At least I'm going to...
Your building is complete.
How to say in English? I have the Italian word, but the English word is not coming. Anyways, you will analyze every single step of this script route. So just normal. So this is normal. I want to see exactly when you put up the expansion. So he's got 2 moonwells. Now he's got the 3rd moonwell. When does he expand? And how many resources does he have when he expands? That's what I want to know. Because that's the thing I need to know in the real game. So he's got 2 archers, a bunch of wisps, he's at 20. $25, additional 30. Because he's got 3 moonwells already. So it's clearly expanding. Okay, it's expanding when it finishes the 3rd moonwell. So the 3rd moonwell finishes. Maybe it started a little bit earlier. Between when the 3rd moonwell is still building, it starts this expansion here. And he's got 3 archers. He's got 3 archers.
Our forces are under attack.
He doesn't care about the Death Knight because he's got trees. So he has additional army. He's got fiends. First fiends the Undead does. Entangles the Acolyte. We already have level 2 on the Death Knight, but I don't care. I'm not even gonna commentate the Death Knight. I'm not even watching what the Undead is doing, so I'm just gonna look this from the Night Elf perspective. So he's got 4 archers. No, 5. 5 now.
Summoning is complete.
Producing from this ancient award that it even move to save time. Because he can always defend, even if he gets attacked by ghouls, he can defend with Keeper and the base layout, I guess, and some micro. Currently he's got 6 archers, so it's gonna be these Hippo Riders again. Always Hippo Riders. Then he doesn't proceed to creep the expansion immediately, but he creeps the Merc. Probably to have Merc support, because it would still get level 3 here, so you don't need this to get level 3. But since it's like in front of it, it's like, why not? Let's creep it.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Purchases the second hero. With the second hero you can easily creep this and you move. Oh, this is a little move
Our forces are under attack.
that is nice to focus on. So most people will just creep with, because that's the intuitive thing. You're here, you don't think about anything, so you just move from your creep spot and you go with your keeper here and you creep this with the keeper because it's just easier and it takes less multitasking. But if you can learn how to control this hero, then you can do more things, because you move the hero here, your ass, and at the same time you get all the experience on the alchemist. So it's a little move that Takes practice, but it's effective. Of course it doesn't kill the thing, but it does some scouting, so it prevents him. First it prevents him from getting creepjacked somewhere without knowing where the undead is, so that's very important. And then sometimes maybe you can catch the undead with low HP fiend or something and you can get the extra heal, so I feel like it's decent thing to do. But if you can do this, you might as well play Orc. I mean, if you can play like this, if you can split your forces and scout with your hero only, if you have this type of skill, you can just play Blade Master. It's much better than Keeper. Can't even compare. The hard thing about Blade Master is this. Keep scouting with the Blade Master while creeping with your other hero. If you can do that, you can just play Blade Master. Why would you play Elf? The only reason to play Elf is to go A move, full attack move, and avoid this type of moves. If you have this type of moves, if you like to play like this, just play Blade Master, that's perfect. You have an invisible hero that can go everywhere without being detected, without being scouted. And you can achieve a lot more because you can get the last hit, steal creeps. It's possible to steal creeps with the Keeper, but it's 10 times, 15 times harder. But anyways, he's got the boots. It doesn't even get a TP on his hero, interestingly. He feels very calm, I guess. But the Undead has an expansion, so it's not like it should be too calm, because these Hippo Riders in the late game they will suck. So they're obviously great if you're ahead in economy, but if your economy is the same as the Undead, then you got freaking weak Hippo Riders. I don't know. So at this point, how much gold does he have? Should have a lot more gold. Yes, it does, but not so much.
Our town is under attack.
642. The Undead is town portaling. Nice split here with the birds.
Summoning is complete.
But I think he needs to crack this tower somehow and kill this, or he's going to be in trouble. But Alchemist is already almost level 3, that's big, because level 2 Acid Bomb is just insane. We have an Entangle. And first kill. Still no TP on this Keeper though, so I feel like Coil Nova, as soon as the Lich get level 3, he will have to get a TP. But Lane is forced to TP himself, because at this stage of the game we still have a very small amount of fiends, he cannot fight. And Entangle and Acid Bomb is strong. Now he's gonna be even stronger because he's level 3, so good luck. But again, if Lane could hold, but so far doesn't look like his Undead play is as effective as his Orc play.
The sleeper wakes.
We have a lot of units for Th000. He's already at 68. Lich gets destroyed. I don't think, even with the expansion, it's gonna be hard to come back just because of the hero levels. Instant rebuy!
Summoning is complete.
So this game basically is winning it with the positioning on the map and the scouting. Getting all those free kills on the Fiend is just wrecking him, basically. It looks like he's led their game between good elf and beginner undead, but the reality is he just got an edge and he's capitalizing on that. Yes. $70 versus 49. How much gold does the undead have, by the way, guys? 30. No, okay, 30, 30 is maintenance cost. How much gold does he have? 383. He's banking a lot of gold now. It's currently reaching, it was about to reach 700, but now it's producing mass production finally for the undead. Problem is not killing shit. Did he deny that with the Dark Ritual or not? He's losing every single fiend and there's nothing he can do because this damage is insane. He doesn't even have upgrades. Jesus. Even without upgrades,
Research complete.
with the acid bomb. Why should Th000 ever play human versus undead? It just doesn't make any sense. If you can play this, you still need to be good because you need to practice elf for, I don't know, 1 week, 2 weeks to get the timings down, to learn when to expand, the build orders. If you don't know how to play elf, also the hotkeys. But after 2 weeks then it's worth it, because then you have this style. If you master this little style, then you will win every game versus undead, or a lot of games versus undead. While if you play human, there is nothing that you can master that will allow you to win almost every game in like 2 weeks. There's just no way. And of course, it's not like you are going to fight versus Lin or versus 1-0. Most likely you will be fighting versus an average ladder player that plays undead. So the amount of mistakes you can actually do to win the game is a lot more. So if you can select your race when you're playing a tournament, it makes sense. But now, like I said, this is starting to pay off. Normally when we see this build, we see the Night Elf with the expansion and the Undead without the expansion, so it looks like just Fairy Dragons and Hipporador steamrolling the Undead. And if the elf keeps the expansion, he wins. If he loses the expansion, he loses. But because it's Eco Isle, we have the Undead expansion, and Undead is pretty fucking hard to kill as a race. Until you have killed all of their goddamn heroes, they still have a chance, so... TH is killing a lot of fiends here. Lin is losing... keeps losing fiends, but is trading better and better, because now we have the Destroyer. We have a decent amount of fiends, we have 1-1 upgrades, and 0-0 on this Fairy Dragons. I think it's a big mistake. No, 1-1 on the fairies, I mean 0-0 on the hippogriffs. So does TH000 still have an edge? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. A lot of his stuff is web, Nova. And you can see some skill now by the Undead here.
Our town is
statues are
under
doing the
attack.
work. And this undead army is certainly superior now to the Night Elf army. Keeper is not even level 5. And now he's struggling to find the kills, you see? He's still killing the fiends, but he's losing stuff in return. It's not like before, where he was finding the free kills everywhere. And all of his, I mean, this alchemist is low HP. But very good micro by the Night Elf here. This is not easy. This is where it gets harder. When you have to micro against that many fiends, your focus fire needs to be on point. I think he traded very well here for what he was fighting. But this is still a good undead army. At this point he's just messing those fiends non-stop. I feel like he could even get double crit. Population. Maybe doesn't have the resources for a double crit.
Research complete.
But I don't know, still very open game. Because the undead heroes are amazing. But even Keeper level 6 with Tranquility and Alchemist level 5 are amazing. And if somehow the Alchemist gets level 6, then it's imbalanced. Oh, Mountain Giants, good call here by Th000. I like this. Sometimes when I watch castings, I don't recall seeing the Mountain Giants very often versus Undead. Obviously we see them all the time versus human, right? We see them all the time versus Orc. Even versus Orc now is all about Huntresses, but sometimes we see Mountain Giants, but versus Undead, usually the games finish faster. So I don't remember seeing Mountain Giants that often versus Undead. But I feel like here they could be doing something, just blocking. With the taunt, especially with the taunt, maybe you can distract those fiends from applying their damage. Two fiends, by the way, they are so tanky and so strong, they do so much damage. I feel like the big mistake by Th000 in this game is not getting the 2-0 upgrades on those equips, because if it did, they would be totally unstoppable. Just look at the damage he's doing, even with the 0-0. If he gets the 2-0, it's going to make those fiends evaporate a lot faster, because now we have already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fiends. That's a scary undead army. Basically nothing is dying for Lin.
Town is under attack.
Train Taraspa won't do anything. Let's take a look at the fight. It's a big fight here. Everything is low HP for Th000. Nice scroll of healing. Putting everything back to health. And those mountain giants, they're helping. 78 food for TH, 66 for Lin. But both players have their income and actually 1000 gold difference. So
The damned stand ready.
Th000 will have almost 1000 more gold. No, and Lin will have almost 1000 more gold to mine. After the gold mine for TH finishes his resources. So I would say it looks better for Lin. Especially since Tier 3 Undead is a lot better than Tier 3 Elf. With equal size army, just because of this and this. Just because of the heroes, Coil Nova
Our
But like I
forces
said
are under
before, we
attack.
have mountain giants now, so if the keeper reaches tranquility,
Our town is under attack.
it could change everything. Because the mountain giants won't die. And that's why Lean is getting abominations as well. We have 2 of them now for the normal damage versus
Our town is under
the
attack.
mountain giants. One of the most oppressive units in this game. I would say the most oppressive units actually. I cannot describe any other unit like the mountain giant. That's so hard to kill and destroy.
Our town is under attack.
TH is banking a lot, but he lost quite a bit of units, was forced into town portal, and now Lin with the supply lead.
Parts accounted for.
He's trying to bring the Wisp for detonate, but they catch the Nova before they can do that. And look at the value of the Disease Cloud. Like I said, type 3 for Undead is superior. Night Elf, but it's not the Death Knight. But I think Lee wins this. But level 5 Alchemist, if he gets level 6, then he can win. He will win with the transmit. So I don't know. Damn. That first hero loss was massive for Lin. Otherwise he would win the game straight up there. Really. But he lost his hero, the Tinker gets fucking Tinker down.
Our hero has been killed.
That's the problem of the Tinker. It's meta now for Undeads. Good versus expansions, good versus Dryads apparently. But cannot be coiled. Doesn't synergize perfectly with the Undead army like the Pit Lord or the Dark Ranger would do. Look at this disease cloud. Look at the damage. 34, 32, 30, 28, 26. 2 seconds per 2 damage per second. 2 points of damage per second. I think it's too much. I think 1 was fine. I think Disease Cloud was fine. Why did they buff Disease Cloud? I don't know. How are you supposed to out-heal this damage? Yes, you have Moonwells, Super Moonwells I'm assuming, right? Yes. But even with priests, when you have priests as human, basically all of your mana is invested in trying to getting rid of this disease cloud. Insane spell, and it's a passive, so you don't need to micro it. That's why it's so good. You don't need to do anything. Just research it, and then it will spread for you. That's what makes this pair insane. So now we have a lot of dryads versus 1 abomination, 2 destroyers, and 1 mid-wagon versus the dryads. But 2 big blockers. And nice coil by Lin. Saving 1 fiend. Sniping 1 hippo. But it's only hippo, they don't even have the archer on them. It's only hippo that he still has from the mid game. But nice kiting by Lin. Oh, the keeper. Kill him. He doesn't have potions, kill him. Coil, Nova. Catches the rejuve. Oh my god, why anytime I click on the screen that this has to stop? Why is this server so laggy?
Our town is under attack.
But I lost a lot lane. Yeah, it's down 20 supply, now we have tranquility. Lost a lot of units, I don't know what happened in that fight. Those dryads just didn't die. 2-2 upgrades, very good. 2-2 bears now. And I really like what Th000 did this game. I mean, he's playing very good Night Elf. He's playing very good Night Elf. Because he didn't stay stubbornly with air. Because obviously air wouldn't work anymore. He switched the tech so fast. Completely moving from hippos and fairy dragons. He switched into, first he added the 2 mountain giants, then he added a few dryads, then he had bears. Now he has a totally different army. Now his army is standard dryad bears with 2 mountain giants, I mean only 2 bears. And that rejuve did so much for him, saving his keeper, his first hero. Death Knight almost level 6, but what does a level 6 Death Knight do? Nothing. That's insane. So now, once again, the game is shifting, because now the hero levels are clearly in favor of Th000, because if he manages to get the Alchemist level 6 is even more unstoppable, but I guess he will not need that, because TH is just walking on... Oh, he kills the Keeper! He killed the Keeper, and now he gets 1 Mountain Giant. So the ultimate for the Death Knight sucks. The army is bigger for Th000. The gold is up. Lin is out of gold, and TH should still win just because he has more army. And the level 6 for total regeneration, constant regeneration, plus he's got this alchemist that can easily, I mean, it's not quite there yet, but it's almost halfway towards level 6, so if he gets a few kills here and there, which shouldn't be hard for him to do with Entangle, only 1 destroyer. Once he's level 6, there is no way that Lin can ever fight against Transmute without a base.
Our forces are under attack.
It's already hard if he had his own expansion, but the expansion is out of gold. So it's unwinnable, I think. Even with these strong heroes that he's got level 6-5, even with the best nuke, I think it's almost unwinnable. So yeah, he's doing what he can, sniping units 1 by 1, maybe he can get a bear. No, he's out of mana, doesn't have mana on the Death Knight, that's a big problem. He does have 2 statues though, he needs to preserve, he saved those statues with everything he can. Nice Dark Ritual by the Lich. And it was actually a fun game. When I saw the races I was like, no, the same boring Night Elf versus Undead. Instead I didn't expect this, Actually a cool game.
Our gold
Kills the bear.
Collapse.
And Lin is doing his very best here. Look, he gets another bear. He's training well. Th000 didn't kill a single unit in the last 2 minutes, only now finally getting one thing. But, oh, Tranquility, look at the value now. Massive value of the Tranquility. He's level 5 Leech, insane damage. And Lin still has some gold. He's using his last resources
Our forces are under attack.
to build more abominations versus the Dryads, versus the MGs, mostly versus the Dryads to spread the disease cloud. But we have we have Tranquility with constant rejuvenation. Again, focusing the Alchemist. The Alchemist dies. Staff is not in time because guess what? He cannot staff because his only 3 is here,
Our
right?
forces are under attack.
Yeah, so staffing would make no sense because he brought the Tree of Life into the actual fight. And if this keeper dies, it's gonna be game. Oh, if Lin wins this, Lin wins this! Ah! Keeper survives with 13 HP. That was close. And now if he loses, he's gonna be so mad because he almost got the kill here. And the Keeper survived with the Circlet of Nobility essentially. No Circlet of Nobility, it would be dead.
Our town is under attack.
What a close game, what a close game. But maybe Lin can still win this. But he's fighting against endless regeneration because he doesn't have moon wealth, can only regenerate through the statues, while the Night Elf will have mana and HP every night. Th000 looks like he's all in here. It's all in. And you cannot fight, there's no way. You can't kill anything with only Dryads. How do you kill the heroes?